Good morning. Made it through the night. Me and the 18,364 mosquitoes. So, yeah, they love me. They're gonna miss me when I head back. I said, man, I wish he was still here. He was tasty. Another beautiful day. Cloud in the sky this morning. Sunday, so I slept in again. 8 a.m. Gets a little warm around 8. Sun's already been up for like 4 hours, so yeah. Next to the highway here, you can hear a little bit of traffic, but turn you around. There's a few other campers still left. There was quite a few in here last night. But you can see the mountains. Beautiful sunrise this morning. Mosquitoes swarming around there in front of the lens saying good morning. Alright, let's go on the road. Head down to Seward, down to Homer, and we'll go from there. Catch you soon. Seward. It's just down the road from here. Little tricky road going through there. Kind of reminded me of the construction in the rest of the state. Almost to Seward, so we will be there shortly. A couple of neat waterfalls on the way, small ones, but there by the lake. Some video of those on the way back. Just didn't have the camera out when we went through. Made a quick stop here at Exit Glacier on the way to Seward. Let's see how far back the glacier is. I guess it receded quite a bit over the years. Comparatively, there's really not much left of it. But all this water here is runoff from it.
Right.
It's interesting that you see these numbers on the side of the road, like 1899. That's where the glacier was in that year, and it's interesting to see how far it's receded since then. Just amazing. It's a glacier up there ahead of us. Make a quick stop here at the Exit Glacier Nature Center. Go in and see what we can find. Okay. Stopped in there. Oh, good information. Little gift shop. A lot of people starting their hike. So we'll continue down the road here. Catch you in a bit. And a lot of people in there getting ready to start their hike. You can actually hike up to the glacier. Be nice to be young again and be able to do that, but unfortunately that ain't happening. Anyway, it's about an 8-mile drive off the road to Seward, to the glacier. It's well worth it. You can camp back here as well. There are several people camping off the side of the road on the way in. So we'll head back out and over to Seward.
Provides a great deal of economic support through the port, where cruise ships dock, to the countless tour operators and the Alaska Sea Life Center. For decades, the Alaska Railroad brought coal from a mine in Healy, a small town just north of Denali National Park, for sale in Eastern Asia. It was common to see full railroad cars or large volumes in an open staging area near the port awaiting transport. Coal sales in recent years have decreased, so you may not see any coal in the area now. Of course, the commercial fishing industry also brings in a lot of income to the city. In 1927, the Alaska state flag, with the Big Dipper pointing to the North Star, was designed by a Seward student, Benny Benson, a 14-year-old in a school contest. One of the mountains, above Resurrection Bay, was named after him. We know there are a ton of things to do while you're here. We can't recommend the Sea Life Center enough. But keep in mind, if you just want something free with some quiet time away from a tour group, find a parking spot near the campground on Baleen Boulevard, and then walk the path along the coast.
Pretty foggy down here in Seward today. There's one cruise ship in, I saw, down by the aquatic center right now. Nice little town. Got a couple gas stations, grocery store, pretty much everything you need. Nice little drive along the coast here. Turn you around. South campground here. People jammed into this small camp. Well, it's not a small campground, but it's might as well be in a Walmart parking lot, right up next to someone. This location is everything, but I don't know. Personally, I think I would camp up the road a little bit and then just drive down here and check everything out and head back out. People here. Tons of little restaurants, gift shops. Passing by the cruise ship terminal. See the cruise ship down there. The rail port here. Busy little place down here for sure. Gas is $4.14 for unleaded in Seward. Tons of people though. Of course there's a ship in port too, so that could be one of the reasons. But a lot of vehicular traffic as well, so just kind of surprised how foggy and gloomy it is down here with the sun shining bright just right up the road. So it goes to show when you're close to the water how it changes a little bit. Okay, we're headed back out, headed over toward Homer now. Go up here to Turn Lake and head down toward Homer. Some of you may be curious about my little setup here. Got pretty much everything I need to cook in a milk crate. Jackery, water. This is how I make coffee. Little electric kettle, pour over, works great. So, just thought I'd share. But look at this view. Can you think of a better place to stop and make a cup of coffee? I can't. That's a good cup of coffee. Now if I just had a way to have a nice toasted bagel with some cream cheese or schmear, as people from Boston and Ahava may say, I would just top it off. But anyway, speaking of power, the Jackery that I have is 1,000 watt, so I probably wouldn't go smaller than 1,000, because when I work it takes just about 50% of it from a full charge, and when I drive it only charges 75 watts at a time. So basically you have to drive 2 hours to get 10% back. So I would have to drive 10 hours to get that 50% back. So some days I get it, some days I don't. And if you don't, then you can either stop and plug it in to an AC outlet, charge it up, if you can find one somewhere. Or if you had the solar panels, and I do have the solar panels, I've got 200 watts of solar, but unfortunately the panels didn't fit in the car. So I couldn't bring them, but they would charge it up in no time. But anyway, a couple of people have asked about the power situation, so I'm looking at the back of this RV here. I thought I would just share that with you. Alright, be back with you here in a bit. otherwise, this is where I would stop if you need anything. Never seen a boat taken out of the water quite like that before. You would think we were at the ocean, but no. We are actually at Anchor Point, which is the furthest west that you can possibly drive in North America. There's roads further west in Alaska, but they're not connected. You're gonna have to either take a boat or fly out to them. We're at the furthest west point, and this is actually the Cook River. And unfortunately, the clouds and some fog has moved in. Otherwise, you could see the 4 volcanoes that are on the other side over there. But you just can't see them right now. So anyway, thought it was interesting how they get these boats in. Take a look here at things. Pretty rocky shore. That was pretty cool. Never seen that done before. Way of doing it. Take a look at the rest of the beach here. There's a few people out. If you look right down there on that log, you'll see an eagle sitting there. Okay, well that was interesting. Actually took some time to speak with a local that lives just down the road here, and he's from Bellingham, Washington, and he moved up here, and he was telling me that he had driven to Cassiar 6 times and Alaskan 5 times, and you know, he just kind of comes over there and hangs out. And that's actually where it's the Cook Inlet. It's not the Cook River, but so it's actually brackish water there, where it's basically seawater. Goes into the Gulf of Alaska there. So, but yeah, you would never know that you weren't at the beach. And the eagle was there, and tried to get some decent pictures with my DSLR camera. So hopefully those turned out. And yeah, good times. Gave me a tip on a good place to eat down here on the spit, so we'll go check it out and get back with you here soon. Amazing what just a few miles difference can make. Just up the road a little bit, all of that fog and mist that's covering Cook Inlet here is so prevalent. Yeah, just down the road you can actually see across and see the other side. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Nice little pull out. about 20 minutes or so outside of Homer. We are just now coming into Homer Spit. Going out on the spit here just a little bit. Seaplane and stuff here. Quite a few seaplanes are on the left. This is the Spit. A lot of people. Tons of little shops. Pretty neat little place here for sure. Find us something decent to eat. There's a salty dog. Homer Spit. Look how low the docks are. The water level gets up pretty high here. That is a pretty steep angle there. That's for sure. Just had a good dinner over at Captain Patty's, I think it was. Very good food. Highly recommended if you're into seafood and you're on the Spit. Dinner, that's for sure. Lunch, actually. It's only 4:30 p.m. So I'm gonna head back up, see how far I make it tonight. Find a spot. Hopefully, I can get close to where I was last night. It was pretty nice. And then tomorrow, I think we'll head over toward maybe Palm work tomorrow, so it's going to be an early day for me, 4:30 a.m. And if I see anything interesting on the way back, I'll let you know. Just want to stop here at Tern Lake. It's T-E-R-N, not T-U-R-N. It's right at the conjunction of Sterling Highway and the Seward Highway. So go down to Seward, wind up in Seward is Highway rather, and go down to Sterling, wind up in Homer. So turn you around here and let you take a look. Pretty nice. There's actually a lot of people fishing in the river south of here. There's no motor allowed on the boats going south from here, so what they do, they float. So there's a lot of rafts and kayaks and such, and they actually fish from those, and then they go down to the end and either have somebody come pick them up, or they get a ride back up to their car. So this is Tern Lake.